How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to come in today and give you guys a little bit of a kind of a DIY hack, something you can do for real cheap. Most times it's free. As you know, we have the little Cavapoo puppies, and right now they're starting to get a little more active and get out of the little pen that they're in. So we're trying to make something a little larger. What we're going to be using is these are wire panels. There's usually some little plastic connectors in the corners. People have them as shelving units, put the little cubbies in them. As we all know, the plastic things, they break. Then people will, most of the time, they'll throw these out. And I've used these wire frames for everything from rabbit cages, chicken cages, all different kinds of things. They're very useful. You can put them together for a number of different things. What we're going to be doing today is putting them together, and we're going to be making kind of a DIY pet pen or puppy pen. You could use this for puppies. We've used it for puppies before in the past. Rabbits, any kind of small animals, it really works well. Most people are probably familiar with J-hooks. You can use these for putting together hardware cloth, wire, stuff like that. They really won't work for these larger frames. I've used them before on rabbit cages and stuff like that. They just don't work on that large of a frame. So I wouldn't recommend the J-hooks to do this particular project. Maybe if you found something larger. I don't know of anything in our area that has larger ones. But those are an option if you find some different size panels. Another option, if you want something a little more permanent, is your hog rings. These are just your standard hog rings. You put them together with some hog ring pliers, crimp them on there, and they're really easy to do. They're really quick and simple, and they're more permanent. They're very easy to put together that way, and it makes a more permanent solution. Also, what you can do is zip ties. Just some simple zip ties. Doesn't take anything fancy. Put the zip ties on there, put them together, and you're good to go. That's what we're going to be doing today, is just a the zip tie method. And it doesn't take many. Again, we're just holding puppies. We're not really trying to keep anything large in here. It's just something to keep them contained. So you want to do maybe 2, maybe 3 per panel. And again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. We're just trying to get something together that we can use for the puppies. That way they're not wandering around all over the place. And the good thing about the zip ties or the hog rings is then you can take the panels, clip off your ends, so the zip ties obviously, but you can take your panels and set them up in a row, and you can conform that to pretty much any space that you want. You can do circle, you can do squares, and they're pretty decent height as far as, you know, they're not going to be able to jump out of it. And usually the ones that you find, the squares on them are usually going to be a 2x2 at the most. So you can keep pretty much anything. This is also good. I've used it before in the past for chicks, baby chicks. I know that season's coming up right now in our area. A lot of our feed stores are starting to kind of set up and get in some of those baby chicks, so people are getting ready for those. This is something you can kind of use as an impromptu brooder setup as well. So anyways, again, this is just something that's kind of a cheap, easy way to make a cage or container for your pets. Hope it helps. Have a good one.